Today's exciting because we're going to be talking about increasing revenue opportunities for brokers through PE Gate's flexible investing strategies. Up here, we've got two very special guests with us, Bill Dewson and John Taylor. We've had the pleasure of knowing and working with both Bill and John for a few years now. We've actually taken a partial stake in both of their businesses, so it truly is very fitting for them to be here with us today to help facilitate the conversation about flexible exit options for business owners.
Oh my, she must love you, yeah.
And it also shows the flexibility that you have with the people that invest in our group, at PE Gate Sustainable, that they can buy in at various stages. And John, I think it's similar to you, that I want to stay involved with the business. And I don't want to just complete exit.
To some degree.
Right?
To some degree, yeah.
Did you pull the plug on the sale?
Well, could be. What they offered me was really good as well. I like working with Ara.
That was not planted. This came out of
No, that's well.
No, yeah.
And oddly enough, this year turned out to be our best year ever. So,
Bill, how about you? How's PE Gate helped in, whether it's succession or growth?
Tremendous help. First off, just really helping us in the management of our business, setting up structure to the management of the business, not only in the accounting side of things, which is your expertise, but also setting up the structure of meetings, board meetings, quarterly reports, setting it up essentially so the foundation, the business foundation of our firm is set for either organic growth or organic growth and then a merger or potential sale.
Yeah.
And so that's been tremendous right out of the hop.
So I'll just give you a brief background about PE Gate. It's no surprise private equity is a great asset class and outperforms other asset classes on a risk-adjusted basis. And that's exactly why large endowments such as like Harvard, Yale, pension plans like CPPIB, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, they allocate upwards of 50-60% of their portfolios to private equity. Now the issue is not everyone has that $1 million check to enter into a PE fund, right? But there's a large pool of accredited investors that has 100,000, 300,000, 600,000, and those are really the people who we're trying to serve. To give them that exposure to this asset class. So we created the PE Gate marketplace so that we bring vetted private cash flowing businesses to accredited investors, and they have autonomy to invest on a deal by deal basis. Another pain point that we're really trying to solve, and I'll talk more about our secondary market, is liquidity, right? So if you are in a PE fund, sometimes you can't take your money out, and if you can, then there'll be a penalty. So we've created the secondary marketplace, not for people to actively trade. Everyone's a long-term investor, but life happens, and sometimes you want to sell. So we've created that secondary marketplace, and that's why we went through the very long process of becoming an exempt market dealer and regulated by the OSC. To number one, ensure protection for investors, and number two, to be able to trade in the primary and secondary market. So the investor really has autonomy over what investment to invest in, but more importantly, they have the autonomy on when they want to exit. So it's not a forced exit unless it's a company decision. So if they want to sell 2 years in, by all means they can, and it first gets offered as a first right of refusal to internal investors and then to external investors. Parallel to that, there's 80% of boomers that are looking to sell their business in the next 5 years, right? So there's a lot of supply of small businesses coming, and a lot of their kids might not want to take over. So we're trying to solve that succession planning and trying to provide that flexible offer in the event that that there's no 100% buyers.